Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob and sent him away to Padan Aram, and that when he blessed him, he charged him, saying, "You shall not take a wife from the daughters of Canaan," and that Jacob had obeyed his father and his mother and had gone to Padan Aram. And I'll tell you, that is one of the questions tonight, how many times the name of Padan Aram is here. So Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan displeased his father Isaac, and Isaac went to Ishmael and married besides the 2 wives he already had. Then Jacob departed from Beersheba and went toward Haran. He came to a certain place and spent the night there, because the sun had set, and he took one of the stones and placed it up under his head and laid down in that place. He had a dream, and behold, a ladder that was set down on the earth with its top reaching to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, "I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and to your descendants. Your descendants will also be like the dust of the earth, and you will spread out to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. And in your descendants shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Behold, I am with you, and this land I am with you, and will keep you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." He was afraid and said, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven." So Jacob rose early in the morning and took the stone that he had put under his head and set it up as a pillar and poured oil on its top. He called the name of that place Bethel. However, previously the name of the city had been Luz. Then Jacob made a vow, saying, "If God will be with me and will keep me on this journey that I take, and will give me food to eat and garments to wear, and I return to my father's house in safety, then the Lord will be my God. This stone which I have set up as a pillar will be God's house, and all of you, and all that you give me, I will surely give you a tenth to you." Okay. So going back to the beginning of the chapter, question number 1, which actually will be question 28 on the sheets. As Isaac's father, Abraham, commanded concerning Isaac, what did Isaac now command his son, Jacob, not to do in verse 1? Okay, right, to take a wife from the daughters of Canaan. Okay, and one of the reasons for this was the Canaanite people were of a mixed breed, and the mixing was largely due to numerous treaties that they had made over the years to help kings and peoples make treaties, and the intermarrying that took place. Okay, question 29. Instead, Esau took a wife from his let me back up a second. Okay. Instead, he is to take a wife from among his mother's relatives. That's Jacob. How important is the selection of a life's mate? Very important. Okay. Well, the significance here is marrying within their own people would maintain the purity of the bloodline. Also, it would keep in the values of their faith, their religion, their lifestyles, how they rear the children. And what's neat about this is that as Rebecca talks, she says, references the Hittites, a specific part of the people, but Isaac expands it to include the Canaanite people, which is more of a region of people. Question 30. Isaac sends Jacob away with another blessing. What did this blessing entail in verses 3 and 4? You're right. May God Almighty multiply you, that you may become a company of peoples. He may give you the blessings of Abraham. Again, explicitly says that God Almighty, and to give you the blessings of Abraham for Jacob. And that this, along with keeping the bloodline pure for the events that would later on take place, like the birth of the Lord. Question 31. What did Esau do after he heard about the father's command to Jacob in verses 6 through 9? Yes. Yes. Basically what happened is Esau tried to please Isaac by marrying a daughter of Ishmael, Mahalath. And what's the ironic thing about this is that Esau was the unchosen son of Isaac. And he married into the unchosen line of Ishmael. And this is just another indication that Esau had no understanding about the Abrahamic covenant. Question 32. How many wives did Esau have now? 3. Mahalath, Beri, and Basemath. Question 33. Meanwhile, Jacob was journeying toward Haran. He lay down to sleep in a certain place. What object did he dream? Right. The ladder coming down to earth, and that there was a connection. And the message of the dream is that God is going to be with Jacob wherever he goes. And it also shows that God is in contact with the people of earth, and particularly his people. Question 34. Who appeared in the dream to Jacob? Right. God, who refers to himself as Lord, and the God of your father Abraham, and the God of Isaac. And let me see. 4, 13 through 15. And in verse 13, where it says, "And behold, the Lord stood above it," that could be also rendered as "the Lord stood beside." Question 35. What kind of promise did God make to Jacob in verses 13 through 15? Yep. I will give you this land and your descendants, who will be like the dust of the earth. In your descendants shall all the families of the earth be blessed, and I am with you and will bring you back to this land. 36. Were these promises conditional on something? Were these promises conditional on something Jacob had to do? No, they were they were unconditional. The lack of ifs is a clue that they're unconditional, but they are not. Do you think that Jacob had done anything to deserve these promises? No. In fact, his past behavior of cheating, stealing, deceiving, manipulating, at least according to our standards, he doesn't qualify for them at all. No. This would be just a case of God's mercy, God's grace. 36. Were these 37, 38. I like this question, so I went back. So, what did Jacob name this location? Bethel, meaning, right? Okay. 39. What vow did Jacob make to the Lord in verses 20 and 20 through 22? Okay. Do you think these were conditional or unconditional? This vow. It's conditional because of the ifs. You know, there's an if there, and okay. Then at the end, then you will be my Lord and my God. It's kind of like, you know, he's saying what I want him to do, and I think he will do. But if he doesn't, so Jacob still had some growing to do. In his,
So basically, if God hadn't done this before, he wasn't going to worship God?
well, you know, I don't know, but you know, it kind of sounds like with the if God does this, that's a conditional statement, and then where he says, then the Lord will be my God. I kind of think it's a case more of immaturity, just hasn't matured yet to the point of fully trusting and having a good close walk. So a lot quicker, 12 minutes quicker than last week. Okay, nobody fell asleep or walked out on me this time. Okay.